Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Marcellus. I am the host of the Mad Church Disease podcast. I want to welcome you to this particular live tonight. We are going to be discussing the lies of Larry Reid from the Larry Reid live show. We're also, as it pertains to my platform, and we're also going to be discussing some just ridiculous stuff that I've heard from this man over the last couple of days. And so I'm going to ask all of you who are here, because we're already almost at 155 of you guys, to please hit the like button. Can y'all please get me to at least 80 likes? That means 40 more of you need to hit the like button. So can y'all please hit the like button so we can get into the conversation? I don't want to have to stop and ask everybody to hit the like button. So if you guys would be so kind as to do that now, I would really appreciate it. It just saves so much time, so I don't have to keep stopping to ask you guys to hit the like button. All right. I would appreciate it if you guys could do that. Thank you so much in advance. If you are new to my platform, I want to inform you, first of all, this, where was it? This is not a church show, but this is a show about your raggedy church. So if you came over here for Bible study, this is the wrong podcast. Wrong podcast. Okay. This is not Bible study. This is for us to talk about issues and things that are quite concerning with the institutional church and notable people, or people who think they're notable in the church world. We're going to talk about these things, and we're going to do it in a grandiose fashion. All right. So this is not your this isn't a church show. All right. We're up to 62 likes. If you guys can continue to hit the like button, I would really appreciate it. Let me refresh my screen here. We are now at 68 likes. If you guys can get us up on the likes, I would really appreciate it. Thank y'all so very much. And moderators, hey, we are here. Right. I want to talk about this. Yesterday, I kind of got out all of my frustration. And today I really want to talk to you guys and do what I do over here on this platform, which is educate you about church culture, and how things are working amongst these church folks, right, in America, right? Okay, well, the first thing that I want to address is this. I'm going to need at least, can y'all get me 20 more likes? Come on. I have something some of y'all don't even know, but I'm going to hit y'all with a lot of revelations tonight. So I'm gonna need y'all to go on and hit the like button. Please go on and hit the like button. Now I got almost 200 or something. I should have at least 100 likes. I would appreciate it. I appreciate it. So thank you. So all of my frustrations are out. I want y'all to understand something. I'm not mad at anyone. I want to address a couple of things tonight. And I truly have a heart for people, and it makes me get in trouble sometimes, because I will say certain things to certain people to try and get them to get an understanding, and people will take things that you say and they will try to create drama and try to create stuff. And so my heart and my intention tonight is not to cause anybody to be angry, but to just simply tell the truth, because according to Larry, my platform does not speak truth to power. There's a couple of things that I want to address first, okay? The first thing that I want to address is, I have said, when I had to speak on this ridiculous email that Larry Reid sent to me and two other vloggers, that in that email, and I don't know how to make this any more plainer for you all, in the email, Larry states clearly that he has not sent this email but to 3 people, not just 3 vloggers, okay? He said in the email, he only sent the email to 3 people. That's what he said, okay? So that should be plain to you when I say this other individual who claimed to get the email should not have had the email, because according to Larry, he only sent the email to 3 people. Okay, not 3 vloggers. You made that up in your head. Okay, you made that up in your head. Understand what I'm trying to convey to you. Okay, so that was a lie from Larry. Larry sent that email to more than 3 people, and that's why I said what I said. It is clearly in the email for those of us who received the email, and I'm reiterating it to you because I keep hearing people say erroneous things, and I'm just trying to bring clarity. That's number one. Oh, y'all, I told y'all to strap in. It's going to be an interesting night. You know, I'm amazed at how many preachers and people who claim to love the Lord will go far and wide to save one proselyte, according to Matthew chapter 23. And they will allow people within their own homes to be devastated by their behaviors and the things that they do. I was amazed yesterday to see Shamako Bryant come up on that screen and start talking to Larry and that other vlogger. It was amazing to me. And here's why it was amazing to me, ladies and gentlemen. I spoke with Shamako's son, Josh, when Josh was going through his turmoil with his mother and his father and dealing with the reality that he understood at this time, based upon my conversation with him, that his father was same gender loving, Larry was same gender loving, and his mother was same gender loving, and they were keeping it a secret from him. According to what I understand, is that he was being made fun of and he was talked down to in certain ways in regards to his behaviors, mannerisms, and certain things. So they tried to make him feel a certain type of way. There is a reason why I'm going this way first. It is amazing to me, Larry, that you had these children in your home, but obviously Josh is having some very difficult times right now. And here you have Shamako sitting next to you, traveling with you far and wide, while his son is sitting in jail. That's why I said. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was in the month of October, Josh, ladies and gentlemen, was arrested. This is the same Josh that went over to CTV's house and was living over in CTV's house, which I was just totally devastated that that young man was over there. That was the wrong place for him to be. And you over here traveling far and wide, going to Timbuktu, following behind Larry while your son was sitting in jail, Shamako, and you have the nerve to show your face on the internet, acting like you're some sort of man of God, while your son was sitting in jail. And allegedly, from what I understand, this is alleged because I don't know this to be a fact, I was told that he was in jail for 42 days. Is that correct, Shamako? I'm asking questions. Can you address whether your son, while you was traveling around with Larry and playing all of these games with Larry Reid, your son was in jail, Shamako, and y'all let him stay there for 42 days? Y'all want to know why Shamako's son was in jail? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pedestrian crossing and using something other than the crosswalk. Now, here's my thing. You heard what I said. Jaywalking. It's essentially a jaywalking ticket. Who stays in jail for 42 days for a jaywalking ticket? So when the person told me that, I was like, I don't know if that's really the case. But let's assume that he was arrested because of some sort of situation, right? Josh has been struggling ever since, Larry. You and your sidekick were not honest with him about you two relationship and the sexuality of the people that were in the home, and he felt some type of way about being mistreated by you. Now you want to talk about truth to power, Larry, and people speaking truth to power. Here it goes, Larry, because this platform has always spoke truth to power, and that's why you don't like me, and that's why you don't like us, because we tell the truth about your nefarious behaviors and the things that you do, and how you trying to go out here like you some great gospel wonder, while you have all of the people in your home doing all kinds of stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Larry, you have had all sorts of people come out here on the internet and show us who you are, sir. My platform has always spoken truth to power, Larry. My platform and others like my platform has told these people on this here internet about how you behave, how you move in the world, and you just simply do not like it. So you have to go over there to the bearded man, the bearded woman, to do all your dirty work, because that's the only person on the internet you can get to do your dirty work, because everybody else has half of a brain to not come out here and do all of this stuff that you got folks doing. Shamako, shame on you. Shame on you. At the end of the day, Josh is your son, and you guys are all supposed to be all these rich millionaires. How in the world do you let your son come out here and go through all of this drama and not make sure that your son lands in a safe space and in a safe place? How are you all multimillionaires, but you can't even create an environment that can produce an African-American young man in the world that can actually be productive in the world? You're allowing this young man to flounder because you want to own him. You want to control him. You don't want him to be able to speak his truth and live his truth and be in his authentic self while you all are running around the internet and lying. Larry, let's talk about speaking truth to power. Y'all better hit the like button. Larry, you came out here in 2015 telling all of the Christian community that you was a heterosexual man and that you were paper Bible saved. That's what you told everybody. You said, I'm paper Bible saved, remember? But then you kept saying little things and making little innuendo statements and made everybody's antennas go up. Now, wait a minute. This wouldn't be normal to come from a heterosexual person to say these kinds of things. And then you kept running off at your mouth, and you created an environment that made another vlogger start to look up some information concerning you because you say you had accusers, people who had accused you of things. And it made people start digging into these accusations that you claim people were bringing up against you. Now, with that being said, there were some grown men. They weren't children when they came on the platform. They were grown men who came up to discuss what they felt like had allegedly happened to them by your hands. And you got angry and you got mad because people were speaking, what's the word you use, Larry? Truth to power. Because you said you're the only vlogger on the internet who speaks truth to power. How could that be, Larry? When you got on your platform and spoke about E. Dewey Smith and lied through your teeth to the point that that man had to sue you and take you to court, and you lost. But you claim that you met up in an airport and you talked it out with him and he just forgave you. But that thing went all the way to the Georgia Supreme Court. So I want to know how it got dissolved when you had already lost the case. You can't go back and unlose a case. He just decided not to pursue it any further, but you had already had your behind handed to you. You lost that case with E. Dewey Smith, but you had this same young man over there with all of that garb on, hollering and screaming and calling that man's church a house of horrors and all of that other kind of stuff. You lost. You got mad that you lost, and you just get upset when somebody speaks. You guessed it, truth to power. Truth to power. Let me address this. CTV goes over there, you go over there, and y'all start harping on this Bernard Jordan situation left to right every day. Now, I'm going to give y'all a timeline of some stuff in a minute, and we're going to discuss some stuff. Because, see, I told you guys a minute ago on several other videos of how these preachers who are just don't do their paperwork properly, don't know what they're doing, how they're filing all of these 501c3s and how they change the names and stuff when they get sued. Think it not strange, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I didn't even realize that Larry was being sued. He opened up his mouth the other night and told everybody he was being sued. So I said, well, who could be suing Larry? Because I got three people or three things in my mind where I'm thinking, okay, well, he deserves a lawsuit on that one. He deserves one for that one. And he definitely deserves one for that one. I said, so I better start looking up some information and see who's actually suing Larry. Let's get some information here. Let's get some information. Shame on you, Shamako. You need to fix it with your son. He is your son. Period. Point blank at the end of the day. Fix it. You heard what I said, and I don't care if you're mad that I said it. You need to fix it. So I said, who is suing Larry? But before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, because you know this is a platform that likes to educate because I speak truth to power. Larry, when those young men came forward about you and you want to start bragging about, I'm the what do you say? I'm the most successful Christian YouTuber on the YouTube. Who said you a Christian, Larry? Because by definition, if I start looking up some things, I definitely question whether or not you understand the finished work of the cross, and I most certainly would question whether or not you are a Christian, a a Bible believing Christian, because you all over the place, Larry. Now, theologically, I understand, as from a preacher standpoint, we can have all kinds of debates and philosophical questions. But when you come out into the public and you're so reckless in your discussion and you're not able to bring closure to people, to give people a clear understanding of what it is that you're believing and you're teaching, it clearly shows, Larry, you don't know what you're talking about and you don't know what you're doing, right? When you come out here and make statements about Jesus and all the horrible things that you said about Jesus, and you want to convince the world that you're a Christian. Here's the thing, Larry, because we're talking about speaking truth to power. You want to use the Christian community to make money. You want to use the Christian community to run whatever it is that you got running. And in my estimation, Larry, you are going way too far with a lot of this doctrinal craziness that you're putting out onto the internet, because most people are not biblically sound enough to decipher in the scriptures and go through the scriptures in a way where they can give context to the things that you're saying. Because we're talking, Larry, about speaking truth to power. Larry, when Levantre Andrews came forward, you attacked that young man. At one particular point, you said you didn't even know the young man. You say, "Oh, I don't know him." Y'all remember? For those of you that are in the chat, y'all may not remember this. At one point, Larry said he didn't even know the man. We said, "Wow, okay." It was the weirdest thing. And we were like, okay, well, Larry don't know the man. Then he came back one time and he said, "Oh, that house was never built. The house that they're claiming that all of this stuff went down, never built." Then people went to go look up the house and they found out the house was built. At one point, Larry said, "Well, I was living in another house and they was living in this house." You went from not knowing the man to the man living over here in another house and all of this stuff. We're talking about truth to power now, Larry. Then you get your little kingdom business stuff on BET, and you have the nerve to quote, talking about, "Well, I'm successful because I'm the only one who was on BET," and they fired you, Larry. You got fired. Why did you get fired, Larry? You want to blame Tasha K and Daryl Moore for you getting fired. No, those people took a look at the information and the things that were out there, and they say, "You know what? We don't want to have nothing to do with this dude. We're out of here with this fella." You got fired, Larry. They let you go. They didn't renew your contract, whatever you want to call it. In other words, you were let go, Larry. Larry, you're always quoting, talking about, "Oh, I'm a gospel stellar nominated artist." Vincent told the whole wide world how you all got that nomination, Larry. So you're just a liar all the way around. You're just unscrupulous. Every single time we turn around, Larry, you just say things and you expect for people to believe it. And you bring CTV out to attack Bernard Jordan, video after video after video. Now, here is the crazy part, ladies and gentlemen. They get on this platform with this young man and they say, "Oh, we just want Bernard to leave us alone." And I'm sitting here scratching my head going, wait a minute. When did Bernard Jordan make a video? When did Bernard Jordan put Larry on the thumbnail? When did Bernard Jordan call any of Larry's old members or call up his family members or call up anybody? When did Bernard Jordan do that? Because the only person I've seen out here for months talking has been Larry and Conscious TV. Yeah, I said his name. I said it. So I'm trying to figure out here, what are you talking about, sir? You are the only one who has been out here bashing this man. Everybody knows I don't feel comfortable with a lot of this prophecy stuff that goes forward. Some of this stuff makes me, my antennas raised. You understand? But I would never come out here and try to maliciously go after you, Larry, or go after Bernard, or go after anybody. I'm just having a conversation. But you lie all the time. You send us an email trying to get us to, and then this is the part that really got me. "Well, I sent them the email because I knew they wouldn't speak truth to power." Now, anybody with half a brain would know that doesn't even make any sense. Why would you send an email to people that you knew wouldn't do anything with the email? Does that make sense to you all in the chat? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And it's insanity that you keep coming out here bashing Bernard Jordan day after day after day. Let me say this. I don't care who is what. I don't care if you buy, try. I don't care. I don't care what you're doing in your bedroom. That is your business. We've never cared anything about what you've done in your bedroom, Larry, but you've obviously brought everybody into your bedroom. That has been the problem, because you're the one who kept talking about sucking peen every now and then. That was you, sir. No one asked you to open your big mouth and start talking about those things. Now we're talking about speaking truth to power, Larry, because you say my platform doesn't speak truth to power. I find that very interesting, Larry, because you send me an email with the expectation of me not speaking truth to power. Larry, you send Mike Williams a text message and ask Mike Williams to get me some information because why, Larry? I don't speak truth to power? Because I wouldn't be fair and balanced, Larry? Larry, you know that's not true. You do those things and you say those things to try and discredit other people and try to put yourself up on some sort of platform, and lift yourself above everyone else, which is really you just trying to feed your narcissistic supply. That's all you're doing. You are a narcissist. You want to blame all of that on Bernard Jordan and say Bernard Jordan is the narcissist. Well, as far as I have seen since 2019, the only narcissist on this here internet that I keep running into is somebody who claims to be a prophet in God's church. You claim to be a prophet of God. You and Shamako, which is weird to me. All of these people claim to be men and women of God. And this is the behavior that you guys keep exhibiting. I don't understand it. And you get mad at me because I do speak truth to power. You get mad because other people will address you. You just try to, rise from the ashes of the abyss of the mess that you created. Here's another thing. I heard some man that was supposed to be coming out of Bernard Jordan's church. I think he was a musician or something. I'll be honest, I haven't paid these people that much attention, and I didn't even listen and watch the video. I just, kind of skimmed through this stuff. That man admitted on Conscious TV's platform of stealing from Bernard Jordan. He said he stole some equipment or something and went and took off running because he said Bernard Jordan wasn't going to pay him. So he stole the church's equipment. And what amazes me is all of these people sitting there applauding him like he deserves to be applauded for stealing from somebody's church or somebody's ministry. Well, all of you claim to love the Lord and everybody claims to love Jesus, but you are applauding a man who stole from the church and from the ministry. I don't understand that. The dynamic doesn't make sense for me. You talking about you want to facilitate a conversation between Bernard Jordan and all of these other crazy people who are now coming out of the woodworks to make all sorts of accusations. And to be honest with you, I think, and this is my opinion, I think all of this stuff is contrived. I think it's contrived. I think it's all contrived. Oh, stick around, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around because it's going to get good. One of the things that really gets me with this young man is that you always run over to Conscious TV to do your dirty work. You ran over to Conscious TV because everybody else had sense enough to know what you were doing, because we had seen you do this with TD Jakes before, and now we're seeing you try to do something with Bernard Jordan. We're like, what is this? You're threatening to put out audio tapes. You're threatening to make his wife cry. You're threatening to do all of these things while running off at your mouth and telling Bernard, oh, Bernard, he just needs to back down and he just needs to stop. I don't understand. Stop what, Larry? The only person that's been talking is you. Now, did Bernard Jordan take some shots at you at times? Yes, of course he did, but you deserved it because you was the first person to open up your mouth. You were the first person to run off at the mouth. That was you. I'm just saying, that was you. Well, Manasseh needs to hush and they don't need to say nothing about me. Larry, you're the one who's volunteering all of this information. You the one that keeps talking, and you and your little sidekick is the ones that keep making video after video. Y'all show me, somebody send me a link to one video that Bernard Jordan made where he addressed Larry Reid and all of this foolishness that Larry Reid has done. Tell me. Somebody send me a video, because I have not seen one yet. But he's telling Bernard, oh, well, I'm willing to go my way if you go your way. Nigga, he ain't been in your way. You don't. Oh, I'm sorry. I said the N-word. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remain calm. You the only one that's been in the way, Larry. You the only one that's running off at the mouth. And see, here's what you did. You remember, Larry, when I told you, if you come out here trying to expose Bernard Jordan, you was going to expose yourself, and you see how you tried to turn that thing around. Oh, well, I'm not going to say anything because I just love Bernard. And you came out in the public talking about, I love Bernard. Bernard is wonderful. All while sending all of us emails disparaging Bernard's character and trying to insinuate certain things as it relates to his sexuality. That's what you did. That's called speaking truth to power, Larry. That's what you did. That's what you did. And you thought for one moment that I would get on the internet and speak about Bernard Jordan, or speak about anybody for that matter, in a disparaging way with that kind of information. You are disgusting, Larry. And I would never fall into the Larry Reid trap. I would never fall into the Larry Reid trap. It would never happen. Now, you all know on this channel over the last several months, I have been teaching you guys about the 501c3. I've done videos where I talk to you guys about the parsonage and how certain individuals make their money, you know, and with the system of church. And I tried to educate you guys and be an educating platform. I want to educate folks over here so you understand the dynamics of church. So you have no excuse not to understand. Now, am I trying to convince people to not give to churches? Absolutely not. Am I trying to tell people that you should not give, that you should not support ministries that you believe in? Absolutely not. Am I trying to tell you, whatever these people make up in their mind? No, I'm not. Because they want to make everybody mad because I'm passionate about what I do, and I tell the truth, and I try to be balanced about it. I said yesterday on AT2's platform that another gentleman, guy on another platform, told the truth about something, and the people was in the chat mad at me because I said, well, they wanted me to say bad things about the dude. I'm like, I don't care about these people like that. What you want me to say? I don't have no smoke for none of these content creators, none of them. I really don't. But I noticed that a lot of them are just saying little things, and they're doing little things, trying to create stuff. But that's neither here nor there. But ladies and gentlemen, y'all remember a couple of videos ago, the Lord really started dealing with me concerning Larry and this whole situation. And I said, you know what? This year for Larry Reid is going to be very, very interesting. And Tasha Global prophesied, since Larry don't want to believe that Tasha's no real prophet. Let me go on and tell you this. Tasha Global prophesied that some of these things that are going to be happening to you, Larry, in 2026, are going to happen to you. Tasha Global said that. Yes, she did. And one of the things that Tasha Global said would be happening to you, a lot of these people would be coming out, and you might end up getting sued. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Larry said on Conscious TV's program, he is being sued. I said, I wonder who's suing him. Let's go a little further with this. Larry said, I had to shut down the MBN network. I'm dissolving the MBN network. And some new people took over the MBN network, and now they've made me the face of the network. So I'm now the new face of the network. And we're going to continue. Y'all remember several weeks ago when I told y'all that he was moving money around and they were switching stuff around and stuff like that? Y'all remember when I told y'all that? For those of you that follow me and listen to me, y'all know I told you that. All right, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, since Larry says I don't speak truth to power, I don't speak truth to power. These are your new owners of the MBN network. This is the new owners of the NBN network. These are your new owners of the NBN network. If you can see this clearly, it says Shamako Bryant is now the CEO of the MBN network. Constance Dial is the CFO of the network. And Kendall Peacock is supposed to be the secretary. Now, I have another document that says Nathan Locklear is supposed to be the CFO of the organization. But ladies and gentlemen, because I don't speak truth to power, because this is what Larry says, I don't speak truth to power. I want you guys to note the date of formation of this. This would be November the 24th. Pay attention to these dates because these dates are going to come in handy as I talk to you further. So here is the information on the MBN Network Global. Now, ladies and gentlemen, years ago, Daryl Moore shared with us that it seemed to be a lot of people filing bankruptcy and constantly filing bankruptcy and re-establishing new names of ministries. And it just seemed to be a whole hodgepodge of mess. And we were trying to figure out how this man who claims to have been in ministry for over 20 years was able to keep filing bankruptcy and keep doing all of this stuff. Like, what is going on here? Now, here's the thing that I want to say. Here's the thing that I want to say. How is it that Larry is putting Shamako Bryant up as the CEO of this network, Constance Dial as the CFO, and Kendall Peacock as the secretary, when all these people have been his former employees or with the MBN network that was his previous network, because Shamako Bryant was the previous employee of Larry's as it related to his MBN network. But you all see the name as the registered agent name is Shamako Bryant. So Larry wants you all to believe that now Shamako Bryant is now the owner and chief executive officer of the MBN Network Global. Now, if that doesn't strike you as suspicious and make you scratch your head, I don't know what else will. But I don't speak truth to power. I don't try to educate people. I don't try to tell people the truth. So Larry just says, I make up things. I didn't make up these documents. I didn't make up the fact that Larry is being sued. Let us continue, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not going to take me long to do what I have to do tonight. It's not going to take me long. Let me share my screen with you since I don't speak truth to power. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what you see on your screen is a summons. Let me see if I can blow this up. Let's see, we can blow it up so you can see. This has been filed the Supreme Court of the State of New York, County of Monroe, Funding Features LLC. And the plaintiff, I want you to look at all of these entities that these people had to file or try and get in contact with this Larry Reid fella. The MBN Network Corp. And Breakthrough Temple Pentecostal Holiness Church, the Training and Birthing, and the Breakthrough Temple, and the Deliverance, the Training and the Birthing Center, and My Breakthrough Now, Inc., and the Breakthrough Church of North Carolina, and Life God Services, LLC, and the Successful Business Magnets Worldwide, and Dr. Larry D. Reid Ministries, Inc., and the Reformation Church of Atlanta, Inc., and Larry Darnell Reid. You know what that is, ladies and gentlemen? Let me break that down to you so you can clearly understand. That's somebody who is just clearly trying to find who they're supposed to sue, because there's a hodgepodge of misinformation that's being put out into the public and certain things that are being done. And it made these people have to file this document so that they can actually get a hold of the main person involved. And we realize who the main person involved. So now he gets sued. And what does he do, ladies and gentlemen, when he gets sued? He sets up an entirely different corporation, because I don't speak truth to power, Larry. I don't speak truth to power, Larry, according to you. I don't speak truth to power. So you set up a whole new network trying to avoid this lawsuit that these people have put on you. Now, let me say this. You got up there trying to go over Bernard Jordan and Manasseh Jordan's lawsuits. You and Conscious doing all of that foolishness that had nothing to do with nothing. And you got mad when none of us paid you any attention And the reason why we didn't pay you any attention, because we've seen this beam footage before. No one cares. No one cares. We know what's going on because these people in this church space have been educated about it. They've been educated. So it was a waste of time. You know, for the people who don't know, maybe they got something out of it. But for those of us who are educated, we understand what's going on. So, ladies and gentlemen, in November 24th of 2025, so right before Christmas, there was a whole new MBN network global set up to go into 2026. Okay. Whole new network. Now, here's a question, Larry. Does the Funding Features LLC know that you have set up a whole different corporation that you are the face of, and that your former employee, Shamak O'Brien and Kendall Peacock, are now on the paperwork in order to make this ministry seem legitimate on paper? This is my question to you, Larry, because I don't speak truth to power. I don't speak truth to power. According to you, Larry, I don't speak truth to power. Let us continue, ladies and gentlemen. Let us continue. Let me see which one of these I want to do. Let's see. Let's go over here. That's not what I want. All right, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've read the document to you. Let's get into the document. Okay, let's get into the document. And here goes, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't speak truth to power. Let's get that clear, because Larry said I don't speak truth to power. All right. So, Larry, we're not gonna take my words. I'm not gonna give these people my words. I'm gonna give the people the documents' words. So we can rely on the documents. We'll just rely on the documents. He says, you are hereby summoned to answer the complaint in this action and to serve a copy of your answer, blah, blah, blah. And they did all of that. Okay. Now, these are all these entities and all of this stuff that's been set up, shut down, moved around, blah, 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 blah. But we never know what we're talking about. So listen here, ladies and gentlemen. The plaintiff, Funding Features LLC, and its attorney, Jeffrey Perella, for its complaint herein against the MBN Network Corporation, the first business defendant, and then they go through listing all of those different names. They're going to list all them names. They got to name everybody. Marsha. They're going to name everybody. At all relevant times, the plaintiff was and is a limited liability company organized and existing under the laws of the state of New York. And then they go into that. I'm gonna skip down because I'm not going to read all of this, because I'm not going to keep y'all all here all night. We're going to get to the bottom line of this whole document. Let's keep reading. Here are the facts, ladies and gentlemen. In September, if you get a sheet of paper, write this down. In September 19th of 2025, the plaintiff and business defendants entered into a purchase and sale of future receivables agreement. Now, if you do not understand what that means Larry went and filed paperwork to guarantee for a loan or whatever that said, hey, if you give me this amount of money, I will give you, based upon my future receivables, a certain amount of money on the money that's going to be showing up. Now, let me ask y'all something. Why would a multimillionaire need to file for future receivables kind of loan? Why would a multimillionaire? Now, y'all wait till y'all see how much money this is, because this ain't even no money. But he's so rich, he's having to file for these future receivable loans. But everybody's rich and everybody's got all these millions of dollars. And I'm not broke. Manasseh doesn't know what he's talking about. Bernard and them, they don't know I'm not broke. Because see, what really made him mad was the fact that they started talking about how Larry made bad decisions when it comes to money. I'm not saying this is a bad decision, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to let you be the judge on whether or not you think it's a bad decision, because I don't know how to speak truth to power. You make the decision on your own. I'm just sharing public information. Let us continue, ladies and gentlemen. So in September the 19th, on these future receivables, Larry takes out a loan. Now watch this. Now watch this. Now this is what's going to kill the deal. Look how much money this was for, ladies and gentlemen. On a face value of $142,000. Now, what kind of multimillionaire applies for a loan for future receivables for the amount of $142,000? Now, let me say this, because I'm speaking truth to power now, because folks say I don't speak truth to power. Vincent told us that around November and December of every year, they were always struggling for money and needed money. That was what Vincent told us on his platform. That's what Vincent told us. And I find it not strange. That you're applying for this at the time that you're applying for, because it is at the end of the month. Now, here's a funny thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you all remember, he had some kind of conference called the Reformation something. It was the Reformation. And y'all remember he asked them people to bring a certain amount of money to him at the Reformation. Larry, obviously you didn't get the money that you needed because you were still applying for loans. Okay, let's continue. We're talking about not speaking truth to power. Let's go back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back. Here we go. So he applies for this $142,000 agreed upon purchase price of $100,000. And they put a copy of the agreement. Now listen at this, ladies and gentlemen. The pursuant to the aforesaid agreement, business defendants agreed to have one bank account approved by the plaintiff, which means they had to have one account. They had to have access to one account, right? From which the business defendants authorized plaintiff to debit 9% of its weekly revenue until the purchase amount of the receivables of $142,000 was paid in full. The multimillionaire took out a loan for $142,000. Now, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this the same man that told us he was paying $25,000 a month to live in a certain house and that he was renting? He was paying $25,000 a month to stay there. Isn't this the same man that said he was so rich that he liquidated all of his assets? He liquidated his assets and had a whole yard sale. I've never known a millionaire in my life to have a yard sale. I've known them to have estate sales, but never a yard sale. Step right up is what Larry said he had. I'm just saying. Now we're talking about speaking truth to power, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now I still got more stuff to go, and I'm only at 275 likes. I need everybody to hit the like button. I need at least 500 likes. We got almost 1,000 people in here. Let's go. What are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button, because I ain't got there yet. We got to keep going here. I'll wait on you. I don't want to run a commercial, but please get these likes up. I'll wait on you. Yeah, he had a yard sale. Step right up, yard sale. Allegedly, he sold everything that wasn't nailed down. The spoons, the forks, the knives. He was liquidating like he couldn't. Now I want y'all to understand, he's a multimillionaire with $142,000 worth of debt, right? And you have to file bankruptcy and dissolve your entire corporation for $142,000? Really? But everybody rich. Everybody's super rich. Oh, Father, help me. I'm waiting for y'all to hit this like button, because I need at least 500 likes. We have almost 1,000 people here. Let's go. Please. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. We're at 335. I'm waiting on you. Now, Larry, we talking about speaking truth to power. Is this the truth, Larry? Because you said I don't speak truth to power. Is this the truth, Larry? Or did I make up these documents? Is this the truth, Larry? I'm just saying. Y'all niggas ain't on my level. Isn't that what he told us? Y'all niggas ain't on my level. Isn't that what he told us? Isn't that what he told us? Y'all niggas ain't on my level. Isn't that what he said? That's what he told us. That's what he's saying to us. Told us we wasn't on his level. Isn't that what he told us? I must not be on your level because I would have never been as dumb to sign this kind of agreement, especially when your income fluctuates consistently. Your income is not guaranteed, sir. I think my light just went out. Y'all didn't tell me. That's what he said. The man told us we weren't on his level. I agree. I'm not on this kind of a level because this is dumb. This is real dumb. This is real dumb. In addition, it says he agreed to pay a guarantee any and all amounts owed to the plaintiff. Oh, wait, I got to bring it back up. I'm sorry. From business defendants upon a breach in performance by the business defendants. The plaintiff remitted the purchase price for the future receivables to the business defendants as was agreed upon, therefore fully complied with its obligations and duties under the agreement. On or about December the 1st. Now, y'all know what we were talking about around December the 1st, right? Business defendants stopped making payments to the plaintiff. So he applied for the loan, got the loan, and defaulted on the loan immediately. Because on December the 1st, it says he stopped payments. He stopped making payments on the loan. Now look what it says. It says business defendants made payments totaling $29,894.72, leaving a balance of $112,000. So Mr. Millionaire only had a balance of $112,000 to pay on the loan. But he had some default fees that he needed to pay and so forth and so forth. And then they added on all of these other fees. Now, Larry, we're talking truth to power. Larry, if you are a man of God and a person of integrity, Larry, because we're just talking about speaking truth to power. As a man of God, Larry, wouldn't you think it would behoove you to pay your debts and the people that you owe as a man of good character? Wouldn't you want to pay the people that you owe, Larry? Larry, you say you was living in a place that cost $25,000 a month. You've been bragging on the internet and ran off to a high rise talking about you was living in a high rise. Wouldn't it make more sense for you, Larry, to downscale your life and to just pay these people what you owe them? Because that's what the Bible tells the Christian to do. And you claim to be the #1 Christian YouTuber on YouTube. Just a question, because that's what you said. That's what you said. And they went on. So let's go on here. Let me show you this before I get off and do this, because I want y'all to pay attention. So we got September, October, and November. Let me go back because I want to get my dates right. Because you defaulted on the loan in December. You applied for the loan in September. No. You actually got the loan in October, around October or sometime. You got it, but you defaulted by November, and you only paid from what it looks like. You maybe pay 1 or 2 months from what it looks like. I could be wrong about the months there. But it looks like you only paid for 1 or 2 months, and then all of a sudden, in the month of December, you didn't pay anymore. Now, here's my scenario, you all. Now, I'm not saying this is the case. When did Larry start this whole stuff about Bernard and this audio tape? These are the things that make me go, we realized some of the things that were going on as it relates to the TD Jakes thing and how all of that was moving, right? Well, it seems like, in my estimation and my opinion, that when Larry was not able to function and continue to get this money, and he defaulted on this loan and could not maintain this loan, all of a sudden we start hearing this stuff about Bernard Jordan and this audio call. Now, I'm not saying this is the case, but these are the things that make me go, could it be that this audio stuff showed up to shake people down for money? Because he already had admitted that he was forgiven for $300,000. Could it be a possibility that individuals might have been trying to shake down Bernard Jordan? I'm just asking questions here, because all of this seems kind of weird. The time frame of all of this, you showed up talking about this audio November, December, and all of this time around there, and then here we are. Well, actually, it's way before that. But you intensified these conversations around the latter part of the year, and then rolling over into this year, and you and that young man over there is still running off at the mouth about this stuff. Could it be, Larry, because you're upset that the man didn't give you another loan? Now I done lost both my lights. I done went real dark. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just asking questions, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't speak truth to power, according to Larry. I don't speak truth to power, so I don't know. I'm just asking questions. I'm not asserting any information. I am simply asking questions. I'm just asking questions, ladies and gentlemen. Larry, you say you file for you restructured the NBN network, but now you work for the NBN network. Let me ask you a question, Larry. Do the people that you owe this $142,000 to, do they know you done set up a whole nother corporation and you still doing business just like you was doing business before? Do they know that? I'm just saying. Do they know that, Larry? That's why I need to get some lights that plug in and that don't run by the battery, so they'll stay on. Y'all need to support the platform, by the way. The Cash App information on the screen. I need to replace these lights, because as you see, they just went right on out. And they were fully charged, especially this one. This is a brand new light over here. I just bought that light. But anyway, no biggie. But Larry, I got questions. So what are you going to do? You're going to come out and lie again and tell the people, oh, I was paying my bills and da. Larry, no, this doesn't make sense for a millionaire. Larry, this don't make sense for a person who is receiving a certain amount of money on a monthly basis. Larry, this doesn't make any sense that a millionaire would default on a $29,000, make one payment of $29,000, and then the next thing you know, you don't pay any more money. That doesn't make any sense for a millionaire to do that. All while you're traveling and going all of these different places. I wonder, does this funding features LLC know that you and Shamako done set up a whole new corporation? I wonder, will you all be applying for any loans under the new NBN Network Global Incorporated? I wonder, because I don't speak truth to power and I never know nothing, Larry. So I just want to know, what are you doing over there, Larry? Because you a multimillionaire, Larry. That's what you told everybody. You so rich, Larry, you ain't on our level. That's what you said. You said Bernard Jordan and them don't know what they talking about. How dare they call you poor and broke? Well, Larry, you were so broke, you defaulted on a $142,000 loan. You say you building you got employees in Ghana and you got all of this stuff going on all over the world as a multimillionaire, and you defaulted on $142,000, Larry? I don't understand it. But I don't speak truth to power, Larry. These other vloggers that you sent the email, nobody speaks truth to power. Only person that speaks truth to power, Larry, is you and your bearded lady over there. I don't understand it. And then he's going to sit up there and cry and whine because you won't put him on your platform. And he's mad because we done told him for years, and you finally admitted it. Oh, and did you all hear when Larry said, "Oh, well, my platform was different back then, and I couldn't bring you on my platform because you was a man in the wig with all of this makeup." Did y'all hear this stuff? I mean, it was just hilarious. Let me tell you something. I was cracking up because I'm like, everything that Daryl and I said was 1,000% true. Did we not tell you Larry wasn't trying to bring that boy up on that platform? He wasn't gonna bring that clown up there, and you over there trying to whine and cry because Larry won't bring you up on the platform. Oh, Larry, you done had that other man up there with a wig on. He wore a wig, and I got a wig, and you brought him up. Are you serious, bro? Stop whining. Stop whining. Can you just stop whining? If you're not monetized on your program and on your stuff, then what are you whining for, sir? I don't understand it. Now, I drop this link every show. Everybody's welcome. Because I show said what I want. Larry, would you like to come up and explain how you and Shamako done set up a whole new corporation? And you told the public, oh, some people set up a whole new, some people. This is how he says some people done set up, and they're making me the face of the MB. And these ain't some people, Larry. These are your former employees. This ain't no some people. What are you talking about? Some people. I got some people for you. Some folks would rather have silver or gold. I know that's right. Oh, and some folks, come on. I'm just saying. Who do you think you kidding, Larry? Who do you think you're kidding? Thank you. I appreciate it. And that's where it's going to. I'm going to put all that on these lights. You got to be kidding me, Larry. Let me go ahead and drop the link if anybody would like to share. Anybody would like to share. As long as you're respectful to me, you're most welcome to come up. You're most welcome to come up because I'm not trying to be mean, malicious, or disrespectful to anyone, even though I felt like I was maliciously talked down about on that other blogger's platform, talking about I don't speak truth to power, and we don't speak truth, and we don't tell the truth. How do we not tell the truth? I don't have to lie on you, Larry. The truth is in the documents. Some people. That's what he said. Some people done set up a new corporation and they hired me on to be the face of the MBN network. This is the game we're playing, ladies and gentlemen. Because the man has no integrity whatsoever. None whatsoever. I'm just saying. It is ridiculous. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Let me make sure this is you. For those of you that are supporting the platform, those are your ways to support. Is this who I think it is?
Yes, it is.
All right. All right. Thank you. Well, shout out to Prophet Manasseh. Thank you so much for your support of my platform. I appreciate that, sir. Sir.
Yes.
I think I did a decent job.
Yeah.
And he said a whole shakedown of the family. My God, from Zion. I just saw the latter part of that. He said to shake down his family. My God, from Zion. Let me bring up my this beautiful black woman. Tasha Global, you're live as well. Let me take this off the screen, y'all. I'm sorry. That shake down my family got me stuck.
Hello, how is everybody doing?
We're good. We're good. I'm really shocked. Well, Tasha Global, you did prophesy. So he can be mad all he wants to. Now he said you ain't no real prophet. You sure prophesied this.
Yes, and guess what? There will be more to come because last year I posted a prophetic word on my community wall, which was entitled "The Downfall of the MBN Network that was due to financial impropriety," and that word has come to pass.
Larry, you said we don't speak truth to power. This prophet, this woman of God said that thing was coming down. Guess what, Larry? It done came down. So you can't say the woman ain't no prophet. Will that continue to work, Larry? I don't think so. I don't think so. It ain't gonna work. Go ahead, Tasha Global. I'm sorry.
What do we have to say to these things? If God be for you, he is more than the whole world against you. And my concern right now are the people who are being blindly led by this lie, right? Anyone who is very well versed in financial and business acumen can clearly see that even by what's being presented tonight, no normal, sane business person is going to do any of the things that's being played out right now. Number one, why are there so many business entities? You want to know why? A scam has always has to cover their tracks. And so what I want to say tonight is, for those of you who are watching and those of you who may be in the bushes, please be very aware of people who show up with words that don't match what they're putting out. Meaning, in the word of God, it says you will know them by their fruit.
Absolutely.
Okay, and this is some
Absolutely.
fruit, rotten fruit, that has manifested, and it's being told and it's being proven, because we speak truth to power over here
Right.
in
Every
Jesus'
every
name.
Nia, everybody's welcome on this platform. That's just how it goes. Everybody's welcome. So it is what it is. Let me just simply say this. The man said with his comment, he said, try to shake down his family. The man got forgiven for a $300,000 loan, and he's still out here making these comments towards these people as if people care. People don't care about what these people are doing. Why is it? Why is he so pressed about telling other people's private business? What is it? Why does this? Why is this all a part of his whole ministry, if you want to call it that? Like, what is going on here? I'm just asking questions. It makes no sense to me. I'm just saying. It makes no sense to me. Daryl, I'm sorry, you still on mute.
Hello, everybody.
You ain't on his level.
I just want to say hi. I'm the insignificant vlogger, and I'm gonna jump back into the chat in a minute. But I just want to say one thing. I hope y'all, all the Bush people and everybody listening, every one of you that said I was clout chasing, jealous, mentally unstable, violent, all of that stuff over the last 7 years, you owe me an apology. I want you to email me an apology. And in the subject, I want you to say, Daryl, I'm sorry.
Well, Ninja, that ain't coming. So you can
I
just
ain't
stop.
going to hold my breath. But everybody, I want you to hear me, you know, as a voice in the wind. All of you that said I was lying, you owe me an apology or a cash out. That's all I'm going to say. And God bless everybody. And God bless America. And I'm out.
Okay. God bless America. Tasha Global. Tasha Global. I have been working with ministries for so long. I am in shock wait, is that another Tasha Global? Wait a minute. What you doing over there,
Thing
Tasha?
right now,
Is that you? Can you hear me? Tasha?
let me go on and come back.
I can hear you. Oh Lord, Lord Jesus. Okay, let's kick from the studio. Let's try this one. Uh oh no, we'll just kick them off here. We're gonna remove Tasha from there so that way she can come back. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't speak truth to power. Now they wanted to go over Bernard and Manasseh's all their court documents and all their documents. So now, why do you don't think that they went over these documents, ladies and gentlemen? Anybody know? They just went right on over this stuff. $142,000 caused this man to dissolve his entire ministry. $142,000 caused him to dissolve his entire ministry.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And I just want to say this. Number one, millionaires that I know They're not going to court for $142,000 or whatever it is. And number two, this is what I'm going to keep saying. As
Mm.
someone who is a student of business, I need to know what is going on with the people who are donating money over there. They are giving their money to an empty black hole. Where is it going? That's the question that everybody needs to try to figure out.
Yeah, I just don't understand how somebody is constantly shutting down MBN Corp and the Breakthrough Temple Pentecostal Church, the Training and Birthing, and the Breakthrough Temple, the Deliverance, the Training and Birthing Center, My Breakthrough Now Incorporated, the Breakthrough Church of North Carolina, and Life Guide Services LLC, Successful Business Magnets Worldwide, and Dr. Larry D. Reid Ministries Inc., and the Reformation Church of Atlanta Incorporated, and Larry Darnell Reed at the very bottom. Now, while they're doing all of this to get their $142,000, Larry and them is over here doing this. Now Shamako's the CEO, Larry's the face of the ministry. Constance Dial, whoever that might be, that sounds like one of them weird made up names. Kendall Peacock is supposed to be the secretary. Lord Jesus, they always give Kendall some kind of role that's going, you know. Poor Kendall. Poor Kendall. Go ahead, Tasha. I can't hear you if you're talking. Is it me? Can y'all hear me? Wait, let me turn up this thing so I can hear myself. Oh, yeah, I can hear myself. Okay, there she go again. The link has been pinned and dropped, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to come up. Uh, uh, you guys are welcome to come up. Larry is welcome, because all I want to say is, Larry, you said I don't speak truth to power. You say you sent me the email because you knew I would do nothing with the email. And I'm not the kind of platform that would speak the truth. Larry, why is that not a true statement, Larry? Yes, ma'am.
My apologies. This has never happened to me before when I come up here. But I just want to say this in closing. And because my concern is for the people who are still blinded by all of this foolishness that's going on. I just want you all to know that when God is moving with integrity and excellence, you will not see a lawsuit that will be manifested from a person who has multiple entities and nothing to show for it. So this is my point. Why does he have so many business entities, but he can't pay back this 140, I guess, $2,000? It doesn't make any sense. And that's all I came up here to say.
Well,
So
that's the
it's
only one,
crazy.
but that's the only one that could be located. There may be others that we're unaware of. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
There could be some other stuff out there that we're unaware of, but I'm just saying, for a multimillionaire to have all of these business entities and all of these people are applying for a receivable type loans where you got to give them 9% of all of your receivables coming in because you're so desperate for money. Now, here's my thing. If you're getting money in, why do you need a loan when you're getting receivables? If you're getting that amount of money in, why then do you need to apply for loans? You just have to sit around sometime and think about it. Okay, so you done got rid of the Rolls Royce, you done got rid of all of them other cars, you done downscale, you said, to a penthouse or whatever. You doing all of this downscaling, but you still applying for loans. Why are you, as a ministry, a successful ministry, a millionaire, applying for loans? Then you claim you have a whole business in Africa. You got a whole business and you hired your first employee in Africa, but you applying for loans? This doesn't make any sense to me. I am completely confused by this.
And guess what? Isn't this supposed to be a nonprofit entity?
Yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yes,
So
yes, yes.
this is where it gets very confusing further, because a nonprofit organization is held to a standard of tax laws in the United States of America. So why is a nonprofit organization borrowing money like it is a for-profit business.
Yeah, because I understand ministry. A lot of times banks don't want to loan churches or ministries money, right? It is very difficult for them to get loans. Okay, first of all, that's very true, ladies and gentlemen. But here's the thing: you're going to get a loan based upon your receivables, and normally you would have to show a history of amount of money coming in on a consistent basis. Now, I'm not saying this is what has been done, ladies and gentlemen, but that also raises my eyebrow, because if you're already a struggling ministry and you're not able to bring in a certain amount of money, how would you then present information to a bank to solidify, or to a loan institution to solidify the fact that you could get a loan? Does that make any sense to you guys, ladies and gentlemen?
It makes sense if the lender is not a reputable um lender. Like for instance, you have some companies that are like hedge funds.
Mm-hmm.
Based on your business history, they will loan you the money
Mm-hmm.
in good faith,
But
thinking that you're going to pay it
I
back.
know,
But
but
this,
a lot of these companies and a lot of these corporate companies in other places and spaces have been known to doctor records and paperwork in order to guarantee loans, and the companies then come back and really look at the history of the ministry and these companies and how they pay stuff, and they realize that the person lied to them from the beginning.
that's true.
Who knows what's going on in this situation? Because I'm like, how are you able to guarantee 9% of your receivables to come in? Then you pay only $29,000. And here's the thing: you get the loan at the worst time of your ministry, and you all claiming that the ministry and the funds go down at this time of the year. Then why would you make a guarantee for a loan that you knew and that you could possibly not even pay back or default in? It just brings up a lot of questions for me. I don't understand this. This doesn't seem like an intelligent decision from somebody who is used to handling millions of dollars and who understands how to handle money. This doesn't sound like someone, oh my goodness, that would know how to. And I'm sorry to say this gonna sound bad, but maybe Bernard and Manasseh was right when it comes to Larry and how he handles money. Maybe he don't know how to handle money, because this is the craziest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life.
Well, I'm not shocked. I'm just shocked that people haven't caught on since the Rosalind Weems situation, because anybody with any type of moral compass, to see how he thought it was okay to invite this woman into his community who had basically no stock training experience. She was an executive assistant who stole the money from her boss.
Mm-hmm.
That will give you an indicator. And for me, that was the beginning of me realizing that this organization is, in my opinion, Tasha saying her opinion, is not what it appears to be. Because in history, companies who are doing fraud have a long-standing history of consistently changing the company name when they are about to be exposed for fraud.
I don't know what this man is doing. The only thing I can tell y'all is I am baffled. I am baffled that all of these millionaires and all of this man is such a millionaire. He done gave $3 million away to another ministry and complaining about how much money they gave him. But let me ask you something. Was that 3 million? Did that 3 million come from loans? Now, because now I got questions. Like, were you really? Where did the $3 million come from? Were you doing this $3 million as a flex to impress this man's family, all while getting a loan from this man's family that you claim that they forgave from you? And then he had the nerve, Tasha, to say, oh, well, they just should have forgiven the loan anyway, based upon the money that I had given to the ministry. The nerve of you, sir. They don't owe you nothing. And your attitude is what really gets me sometimes. You think that the Jordan family just owed you $300,000 because you gave them some money to their ministry. The nerve. And then they were kind enough to do it, and you still out here on the internet saying all of these salacious things and got your little hamburger helper over there doing all of this ridiculous stuff that you all are doing and saying it's ridiculous. The whole thing's ridiculous.
I agree. It's ridiculous, and this is what I want to say with that. Um, in my opinion, because I have to keep saying in my opinion, because they always try to label me crazy out here. So I'm letting everybody know that this is Tasha's opinion. Uh, because last year when I came out and said that this MBN network was a alleged scam, people was in my comments saying, Tasha, you need to go somewhere, you're a liar, this and that. Well, fast forward to now. Why do we support people who can never give the proof and the backing to what they claim they stand for, right? For instance, Bishop Jordan, I, from what I see now, he's quiet, in his corner. Why is this person, Larry, constantly now coming out here as if he's defending something? Okay, you gave money to a ministry. That's on you, in my opinion. It
Correct.
looks like he's on a witch hunt to blame people for his financial impropriety, for his money rejection complex, and for all of the problems that Larry has, in my opinion, number one, brought upon himself, and number two, he's reaping what he has sown.
Yeah, I wanna ask this question seriously. It just makes me think: were you trying to shake this family down for real? Because the timeline of this stuff seems really odd to me. You get denied for the loan, and then all of a sudden we keep hearing about this audio, and I'm like, when, dude, for real, go somewhere. Bernard better leave me alone. He ain't said nothing. They took a little shots at you with the little LRL system and all that little silly stuff, right? But they didn't take shots at you like, oh, we're gonna come hard in the paint and get this guy. These folks have said nothing. Nothing. They've said nothing. And this dude over there have done nothing but continuously come for this man, which makes no sense. I'm just saying. Shout out to all of you. Shout out to I Am Human First. Shout out to Chandra. He was taking loans to pay people, but if you've got a successful ministry and you're a multimillionaire, you don't have to take no loans. What are you talking about? Oh, you know what? Let me get off of here, because that lets me know, Shamako, Kendall, all of y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all don't know what y'all doing. Y'all literally don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. You just don't know what you're doing. You just don't know what you're doing. Y'all need to get some real financial people over there to help y'all, because y'all gonna go to jail. Sooner or later, something's gonna go awry here, and this is not gonna look good. So I advise you all, in my humble opinion, go get you some real accountants, some real people. And who are y'all accountants that are letting y'all get away with this stuff? Who was reading the books that told you that you could apply for $100,000 loan based upon your receivables? Because you would normally have to go to accounting for accounting to make that determination, to tell you what basically you have coming in on a more consistent basis, a 12-month average on what you have coming in, right? In order for you to get these types of loans. So who's the accountant that gave him the go ahead for this kind of stuff? Stuff like this is what really starts to think in my head. Or do you all have a real accountant? You understand what I'm saying? I'm just confused by the whole scenario. My heart is just like, wow. Like, dude, you're taking these people's money and having to fight. I've never, in all my years of doing ministry, being in ministry, I have never seen a ministry have to dissolve itself unless it did some stupid stuff and people had to sue them for the junk that they were doing. And I hate to say it, it looks like it's the same case here, because these people done sued this man, and now this man has to set up a whole new ministry using his former employees. And why Larry didn't put the ministry in his name? Why he put it in Shamako's name? Could that be because you didn't want these people to come after you for the money that you owe them? Could that be possible? Y'all stop believing everything you hear and see on this internet when people trying to tell you all of this foolishness. I didn't make this up. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't be mad at me. Larry, you said I don't speak truth to power. Last I checked, these documents are true. And you done lost all your power. Ain't no power. And even when Rosalind was speaking about going in her backyard, the backyard she was talking about wasn't hers. So she was going to be stealing the lobsters if they were in the backyard. I'm just saying. The backyard didn't even belong to that woman. Okay. I done dropped the link and y'all didn't come up. So I'm about to get up out of here. Listen, I love and appreciate every single one of y'all. Can y'all please hit the like button? Shout out to, oh my good, Kitten Hills. Thank you so much for your support of the Mad Church Disease channel. I appreciate you. Prophet Manasseh, thank you for your $199 gift. I appreciate you. If somebody needs my email, if you look in the description of this video, there is a link that you can click on the link, and at the bottom of the page, it has a little envelope. You press that button, and that will provide you with my email address so you can send me an email. I've made it really easy for everybody. So the moderators, all you guys got to do is put the link, the normal link in there, and they'll find me. Shout out to Chandra Ross for your support and being a member for 2 months. Shout out to I Am Human First. I Am Human First. This is insanity. This is insanity. But we're gonna get a whole bunch of lies and excuses, and Marcellus don't know what he's talking about. He just made it. All I said was, Larry, you dissolved your ministry. These are the people who are suing you. You owe these people $100 and something thousand. So you done dissolved your ministry because you a millionaire for $100,000, and you done set up a whole new corporation and done made your former employees the head of the corporation. My God from Zion. I didn't make that up. There's the information if anybody needed. There's the control number. There's the business name. Now I covered the personal information because I definitely don't want you to think I'm trying to give anybody your personal information, right? But that information is there, Larry. I didn't make that up. Larry, how can you be a multimillionaire and you can't pay $100,000, Larry? You was paying $25,000 a month to live in that chateau. I'll say it's the Chateau Le Larion. You were at the Chateau Le Larion. The Chateau Le Larion, and then all of a sudden now you can't afford to pay these people the $100,000 that you owe them, Larry. Come on, bro. But we ain't on your level, Larry. And like I said over here at the Mad Church Disease channel, one thing I will do is educate you. If you just listen, I've been telling you guys for months how the parsonage work, how the average pastor's salary, how things work in the institutional church, because this is stuff that we need to know. And you need to understand how this stuff works. The Chateau Le Larion. where spoons and forks may go missing at any time. I'm just saying. And I'm going to end my program by saying this. Larry, Shamako, don't leave Josh out there like that. If y'all multimillionaires and y'all got all this money, go rescue the wayward child and help him and bring him to a place of safety. And if he's suffering from anything, any substance abuse or anything like that, y'all go get that young man some help. I think it's quite shameful for you to be out here trying to win the whole world for Jesus, and you done got your son and then got your son in jail and all this kind of foolishness. I don't understand that. Go get your boy. Go get your son and make sure he's safe and he's okay and he's in a good place. And you can get mad at me all you want to for saying it, but like I said, what purposes does it serve the world and the church if you can't rule your own house well, Shamako? You out here coming up on Conscious Programming, y'all playing all of them little games with Bernard Jordan. You got enough stuff on your plate that you can go fix your own self. Don't do these people like this. Don't be out here telling these people one thing and you doing something else. And that's what I mean by hypocrisy. You just make sure Josh is good, because when I went to go look up some information, I found all kind of information that I didn't even want to know. Give me a break. But they want to win the world for Jesus and they want to prophesy to everybody. I got a word from the Lord for you, and your own child was in trouble. I'd go prophesy to my son. I go make sure my son was well. I don't care what kind of life he's living. At the end of the day, he's still your child. Y'all crazy to me. I don't understand. And these are the same people talking about they serve the Lord Jesus. I don't get it. I don't get it. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. If you got a My Breakthrough Now ministry, go have a breakthrough at y'all house. Go have a breakthrough at the house. Go run a revival at the house. Go lay some hands on some folks at the house and pray for some deliverance at the house. Stop coming on the internet trying to be an internet world wonder, and go be a world wonder in your house. That's all I'm saying, because I don't want to hear nobody preach to me while their family and all of these people in their house is not doing well. The Bible says you're not even fit to rule the house of God. But I know, Larry, you don't believe in the Bible anyway. You don't believe in the word of God. Let me go on. I love and appreciate every one of you. And at the end of the day, I'm quite sure the bearded lady will be hollering and screaming and cussing at me, because, they'll be saying, I didn't speak truth to power. So you're going to clean this up? How you going to clean this up? You're going to lie? What you going to tell the people now, Larry? Because at the end of the day, Larry, you ain't on my level. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Your support means the world to us. Please make sure that you hit the like button, and please make sure that you subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit the bell icon, and make sure you press all notifications, so that way you will never miss any of the exclusive content that comes on my channel. Make sure that you never miss a video. Now, I try to go live every day about 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then I come back at night at around 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, which is about 10:30 Eastern Standard, with some more exclusive content. So if you want more Mad Church Disease show content, we'd love for you to become a member, a revolutionary member of our channel. Please make sure that you hit the join button that's right next to the subscribe button, or somewhere around here, so that you guys can receive access to special community posts. You guys get all of the access to my community only lives, because we've got some sipping chats that we're going to be doing, and you guys will get exclusive content. So just make sure that you head on over to the channel page, click on the join button, and make sure that you do that. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate your love and support, and I'll see you on my very next video.
We are Mad Church Disease, helping you understand that Jesus plus nothing is everything. This is a show for everyone, believers and non-believers, from churched to the unchurched. Help us grow the channel by supporting our non-profit causes and create more consistent content. Donate by Cash App or PayPal, or buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com.